Introducing G.I. Joe Joe Colton, 1963. Action Man. He comes with a cool, is it an M90? Looked a little bit too big for him, so we put an M16 in there. Actually, it doesn't even look like it fits the scale. But anyways, in honor of Form 257, or BX 257 Kevin, we posed our figure in the way he would have done. And well, when he was first starting out, I was already making videos. But anyways, Kevin was freaking awesome. And I did have a massive Star Wars collection that I had to get rid of. But also, Delta 17 is friggin' fantastic. Thanks G.I. Joe, thank you Hasbro for not going... Oh, I don't know if this will come in nice and clear. There we go. Anyways, they're talking about $25 American a figure. That works out to be $300. So that's going to be about $408 Canadian, or maybe $450. $480. I forget. I know, because I got in on another one where I went all in, and maybe $490, $480, who knows. But you're looking about under 500 Canadian anyways. I mean, we could do a quick Google thing to find out the amount, but anyways, in honor of Joel Colton, the M16, friggin' awesome looking. This is how G.I. Joe figures should have been. Well, some are, like the stalker that the Hasbro just made. This is fantastic looking as well. However, Joel Colton's arms kind of sit a little bit too low compared. You can compare them to, well, rock and roll. What? Even rock and roll's arms don't sit that low. So they were looking to see which figures had the pockets, and we got Doc. Ricondo's got some pockets, but the cool berets, the green berets, I still don't understand why they didn't have any red berets, because they used to have like a maroon style beret for the airborne, and well, someone disbanded those little devils. Anyways, Delta 17, I definitely would be all in on that. Ken from Toy Connections has a live video about it, so I mean, you know, Ken didn't want to answer my questions when I was trying to question him for something else, and he got all offended, like, holy drama. Drama much? Anyways, I don't like that when people try to cause drama instead of just saying, hey, I don't know, I can't answer this, talk to so-and-so. My concern was, if China went to war, will we get our figures? And if China's that stupid to go to world war with America, well, nobody wins. And even if it was a sneak attack, America would still get off enough nukes to level China 3 ways from Sunday. And that includes, oh yes, doesn't matter if you have mountain bunkers. One after another, there's a way that those nukes work. Your mountain bunker, you're not safe. They'll blow you into the Stone Ages, you dumbasses. So anyways, I hope China and America get along, because the whole fate of the world depends on you guys. And well, you know, no one profits in that kind of large-scale war. And I don't know why people didn't give much thumbs up to the last video. You know, I don't care if I call a G.I. Joe figure a doll or a figure. It is a figure. Go figure, eh? Anyways, I think I will be getting some 12-inch G.I. Joe dolls for my daughters, because, well, it would be fantastic if they could play with some G.I. Joes. And since Daddy's got to play Barbies with them, you got to get them some G.I. Joes. So maybe we'll get some 12-inch for them. I mean, I have let them play with some G.I. Joe figures, but I usually give them my modern ones with articulated Chad likes. But if I ever get any modern G.I. Joe figures, yep, the kids get them. If they come in like a lot where I wanted an O-ring figure. But anyways, no, they do get to play with their G.I. Joes. Gotta keep it real. So anyways, Toy Connections does have, and I don't know why he didn't want to answer my questions when I was asking about Operation Recall and Call Sign Longbow. So he got a little scared. I don't understand why. I don't even live in the same province as you, buddy. I just wanted, just a little concerned. But you want to make drama, hey. And I don't care if you're Ken's friend there, just tell him, if you're going to be a spokesperson, if you don't know the question, just say you don't know the question and, go talk to so-and-so. And I did. I talked to Carlson from 3D Joe's and that was straightened out. There's other places where people will be getting their figures made because China's a little unstable. But anyways, enough about that. Just think about it. War benefits no one. And well, so we got some cool figures, and that's another thing. Like Hasbro sort of shied away from military when you got like Click and Play and all those other military toy lines that bring you modernized military vehicles. I did love why Hasbro in the 80s just got it right. Realistic as well as futuristic military vehicles, and that's the best part about Hasbro. And then someone went all anti-American there on G.I. Joe in the 90s, and they started trying to shy away from military, what it is. It's a military force that fights terrorism. But oh well. They've got military police and everything else, and they want DEF and all that crap. Instead of just keeping it what it is. And that was one of the main components of G.I. Joe. Realistic military as well as futuristic. You gotta have a little bit of both. You have to get the formula right, as well as the colors. Like a lot of the figures in the 90s, well, they went a little bit overboard in the neons. They could bring it back and repaint some of those figures camouflage colors. Kids love soldiers, and realistic as well as futuristic soldiers gives them an idea of the future. You want that. You want something fantastic. Like when Hasbro decided, hey, that's exactly how it was in the 80s. Get it right. Real American hero. Even if you wanted to call him international hero, it's the same stuff. Real American international hero. But anyways, G.I. Joe was loved from every country around the world. All kids loved G.I. Joe. And reaction, well, they're carrying the torch. But, they wanted to make the O-rings, but Hasbro wouldn't let them. It's not fair. So someone in corporate Hasbro is just crapping on, the O-ring line because they're trying to push the more expensive classified figures, which I guess are still pennies to make because plastic's dirt cheap when you make it on a massive scale. That's why you get the lower prices. But oh well. Someone wants to price gouge fans. In Hasbro, corporate Hasbro has crapped on the 3 3/4 line. And I mean, look what we're getting. We're getting one thing, maybe two things, Triple T. Maybe they'll have a surprise and they'll bring out a whole bunch more crossover Transformers for the movie. There's gonna be a push there. But it'd be awesome again to see G.I. Joe 3 3/4 O-ring stuff in the stores instead of just corporate greed and only keeping it as a mail away thing. Come on, that's pathetic. You could be having this stuff built on a mass scale again in all the Walmarts and all the stores across North America and all around the world. But nope, we get screwed over and we don't even get our O-ring figures. And there is like, it's a 50% figures. There's a lot more people that buy O-ring figures than classified. You can just look on eBay. Like there's hundreds of thousands of listings, and that's just been hot for years and years. Anyways, and there's so many other places as well. You can buy G.I. Joe figures now, like way more. So, there's Kijiji, there's other sites, Etsy or Easty or whatever it's called, ESTY or something. Anyways, there's lots of different places as well as collectible stores that you can still buy G.I. Joes. So I guess we're not really too sour about Hasbro, since so many other new O-ring lines are coming out, as well as they'll have vehicles in the next year or two, right? So that's the only part that sucks, is having to wait. But I'm definitely going to back Delta 17, and it'll be under 500 Canadian, so probably 4, you know, with the taxes and stuff. And we still get screwed over by customs, where they always add that extra tax here and there. So some figures end up costing way more, even though there is a thing that says you get $150 online, but they include the price of shipping, so you get screwed. The price of the item was actually this much, but they incorporate that. Anyways, I love talking about G.I. Joe, and you know, I'll probably get some more in the future. And maybe we'll have to have some more discussions where we talk about Joes and all these fantastic figures. Stalker, Recon, Flint, Lieutenant Falcon, and General Hawk. Roadblock. It almost rhymes. Dial Tone, Rock and Roll, and Doc. Stacker. Anyways, you know, you gotta have fun with your Joes, and this is awesome. Joe Colton. I've worn this figure for a little while, and HGC 788 Hooded Cobra Commander also has some cool reviews on him as well. Oh yes, Articulated Chad channel is awesome, or It's Chad. He's got a bunch of cool videos. He does Neon at Night. I've watched a lot of his stuff on the phone, so I don't get to comment. But here he is, Joel Colton. And I actually had one of these. Actually, I had a couple when I was a kid. So that is Form BX257, Kevin. Whatever happened to you, buddy? Oh. Anyways, he's got an awesome review on him, and a bunch of other people do as well. And even Ken from Toy Connections, also Michael Mercy. You know, there's a bunch of channels that I do watch, and if you have any channels you want me to look at, post a link in the comments of what channel might be cool. There's Chasing 80s Toys. He has an awesome video, and I do want to get Snake Mountain, so I'll be buying it for one of my kids for sure, just like I bought the Castle Grayskull, and I have the original half of one in my parents' garage. I don't know what happened to the other half. Probably saw it at the garage sale a long time ago. But anyways, we like realistic military type figures, as well as the obscured, the futuristic, and that's what made G.I. Joe G.I. Joe. But I do want a Huey, so please build a Huey. Someone in one of those toy lines out there, build a Huey for me. I think one's coming. I know one's coming.